Hey guys, Brian the Shaving Geek here, and as promised, I am going to do my we're going to call it an unbagging video today of all of the stuff that I picked up yesterday at the Northeast Meetup for wet shavers. And before I do though, I didn't use any of that gear today because being Bengals game day, I used my Elite razor, brush and razor, and then Soap Commander. Thanksgiving, as has been my tradition, I use that on Bengals game day. Didn't do any good today, but oh well. Moving on. So I'm just going to kind of grab stuff out of this bag and just talk about it, let you know whether or not it was a piff or part of the swag bag, and we'll kind of go from there. First and foremost, thank you very much, Edwin Jagger, for sponsoring yesterday's event and providing us with some goodies. We appreciate that. I actually started wet shaving with a EJ DE89, and I've got 50 some odd razors. I've lost track now. 50 some odd razors, and my DE89 is still one of my favorite razors to use. And so thank you very much for your sponsorship. So let's get right down to it. First thing out of the bag, Soap Commander Love. This is their rose scent, and I got this off of the Piff table. Last year I bought the soap for my wife for, I think, her birthday or Christmas or Valentine's Day, I don't even know. And I did not buy the bomb. I believe at the time it was sold out, but I've been meaning to rectify my mistake, and when I saw this on the Piff table, I had to have it. Now, when I say I bought that for my wife, Chris Cullen, shortly after I started into this hobby, said to me, "There is no scent too feminine if you are man enough to rock it." And so I rock Love with pride. I actually really enjoyed the rose scent, and I actually have a nice size sample of Clar as well, and really enjoy it actually. This I also picked up on the Piff table, Sandalwood from PAA, and very nice scent. I'm not sure if this is from his I know it's not his 1.0. I don't know if this is 2.0, 2.5. I've kind of lost track where he is. So Douglas, if you watch this, let me know if you don't mind what I've got here. But I know that it smells great, and looking forward to using that. Some swag here that was dropped into the bag from the Holy Black. Cool little towel here, and so thank you very much. Glad to have that. This I picked up off of the Piff table. This is something, I don't remember if I did a review on this or not. I first tried this in a pass around, and whew, oh, that's so good. My wife loved it. I really enjoyed the scent on this one. My wife really loved it, and so again, when I saw the opportunity to grab this, I did. Excellent stuff, and so glad to have that. Look forward to using that. Rockwell razors. These blades, there was a whole bunch of them there on the Piff table, and I was going to skip over them, and I believe it was Scott Leslie, but I could be wrong, but I believe it was Scott Leslie who said, "Boy, those are really great blades." And so I grabbed a pack of them, looking forward to trying them out and seeing how they work for me, and should be a lot of fun. Now, one of the things that we had yesterday at the meetup was a vast variety and a great number of giveaways, door prizes that had been donated by artisans and by vendors. And so thank you very much for that, first of all. And there were so many that I believe that they went through everybody. Everybody had won something. They put all the numbers back in the hat and pulled numbers again. And some people actually won 2 items. Mine came as a set, and I got this from Maggard Razors, a synthetic brush here, and then this slant razor. So first of all, the brush. I have recently been using almost exclusively synthetics. I can't remember, with the exception of this bad boy here, which I actually really don't enjoy using too much, to be honest. I'm thinking about reknotting this, but story for another day. I have been almost exclusively using synthetics. I have some Anthony McKenzie stuff. I've got some Nathan Clark stuff. I've got a Sterling knot. I've got a Poisson. And so I can't remember the last time, besides my Bengals brush, the last time I actually used a natural hair brush. So I'm very excited about giving this a try because I really like synthetics. Now, one of the things I was a little bit surprised by is when I ran my hand across the brush this way, it felt a little bit scritchy. And I thought, this is going to be a bit of a scritchy brush. But when I put this to my face, the tips on this are so soft. Now, when it gets wet, you know, we'll see how things go. And there's a whole lot of backbone. It seems like there's, or at least right now as it's dry, it seems like there's going to be some nice backbone to it. We'll see how it is when it gets wet. Got some soap on it. But I actually am going to lend this to a friend of mine who is into traditional wet shaving, albeit not quite as, what do you want to say? He hasn't dove in quite as far as I have. But I was talking to him at church today, and he has a handle that he really, really likes, but he doesn't like the knot, and he was thinking about re-knotting it. And I asked him, have you ever tried a synthetic brush? And he said that he hadn't. So I am going to lend this to him, and we'll see what he thinks, and then I will get it back, and I will do a review on that brush. This razor is amazing. I get it in my hand, and I just keep, it's almost like I work out. It's got such, I pick things up and put them down. It has got such a great heft. I don't think I've got a razor that is this hefty. I've got a Toggle, which has got some nice heft to it. I have got a Fat Boy, which I think is even maybe a little bit heavier than my Toggle. And they're not as hefty as this, I don't think. Now, I haven't weighed them, but it just has such a nice heft. And such a nice finish, a nice look to it. This is going to be the second slant that I have in my den, and so excited to use this and give it a whirl. So I will be doing a review on this. This is from Maggard, again, their slant, and just a beautiful, beautiful razor. Thank you very much to them for their donation to the cause. Next thing up is a soap that I believe I have done a video on before, Miami Nights from K Shave Works. And let me tell you something, this stuff, whew, oh my goodness. A cologne type scent is probably the best way I can describe it, but it smells so good. And my wife and son absolutely love this, and so looking forward to using that. And I will do, I believe I did a video on it, but I'll probably do another video on that as well. Next up in the bag, yes, this tin of soap from Black Ship Grooming Company, formerly known as Beaver Woodwright. And Kelly told me he just brought up some miscellaneous tins with miscellaneous scents. I have no idea what scent this is. There's no label on it other than this, but I sniffed it, whew, and it smelled so good that I brought it home. So definitely looking forward to this. The only sad thing is that I don't know what it is, so if I want to order it again, I'm probably going to have to order a whole bunch of soaps. That's a horrible thing to get it again. Maybe a whole bunch of aftershaves to match, but it smells really, really good. And I love Kelly's stuff. Next up, from Edwin Jagger, some hydrating pre-shave lotion, which I'm not normally a pre-shave guy, other than taking a shower. That's normally my pre-shave ritual. I've tried pre-shave oils, pre-shave soaps, and I just don't find that I need them. But I'll give this a whirl, and we'll see what what it's all about and whether or not it helps. But this is from Edwin Jagger, so thank you very much for that. Another little sample here from the Holy Black, and I think that's the Galleon, but I don't know for sure, but I think that's trying to interpret the handwriting there. But this is really nice. Whew, it's got a real nice smoky scent to it, and so looking forward to giving that a whirl. Nice little comb here from the Holy Black that I picked up on the PIF table. Let's see. Oh, some more Holy Black swag. Probably put this, and there's another one in here. Let's see if I can find it. Probably I'll be putting these on my snowboard. I think those will look really awesome on my snowboard. But the Holy Black swag there. Let's see. Yes. a little button here from Barrister and Mann, and also a postcard from Barrister and Mann. I'm trying to think here. Whirlwind Tour of Barrister's Reserve. I think it's a new scent that they're going to be launching. There were some posters on this that got signed, so really cool, and excited about that. Let's see. Oh, a nice sample. This is another artisan that I absolutely love. I love her stuff, and she makes all the Maggards soaps, and I have had some of her the Through the Fire Fine Craft soaps as well. And let's see, I've used her bath soaps, and I've used her shampoo bars. Great stuff, and wonderful person. She and her husband are out of Michigan. Woo, that's really nice. This is Steel, Green Apple, Gingerbread, and Vetiver, and a really nice combination. So, and a nice size sample there, and looking forward to giving that a whirl. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, some tattoos, temporary tattoos. A fun thing there. And the unicorn of wet shaving. The unicorn of wet shaving samples from one Mr. Peter Charkalis. Yes, my friends, Peter does do samples. Now, hopefully this sample was generated and scooped by his lovely wife and lovely daughter, and not something that he scraped up at a Hojo. But advertising his new shipping club, the club, and on the back of this little vial of Casablanca, which I have the soap and aftershave in that already. Love it. It's great stuff. And then the deal maker here, who, oh my goodness, I don't know who makes this, and I'm not really great with, like, okay, you know, some people, they smell something, oh yeah, that's you know, XYZ clone, or, you know, yada. I'm not really all that great, but I'm thinking this is maybe a take on Fahrenheit, or, but I could be way wrong. All I know is this is some kind of a cologne type scent. I don't know who makes this for him, but I know that it smells really good, and there's some kind of cologne that this reminds me of, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. Now, yesterday I also went with the idea of making a purchase, because I have heard some really great things about Katie's newest formulation. I love Chris's stuff. I've got, three of his soaps here, and just really love it. It's so easy to lather. It's just great stuff, great scents, and I just love it. But I've heard that his new formulation is even better, which I don't know how that's possible, so I can't wait to try it. But I was very excited. And so I asked Chris if he would bring a variety of different soaps so that I could kind of sniff them, and then I could choose one that I, wanted to try next. I didn't realize, first of all, how hard it was going to be to make a choice. And secondly, the thing that really stood out to me was how you kind of get in your mind what something is going to smell like, either based on scent, the name, or the description. And then when you smell it, it's totally different than what you thought it would. Not that it's a bad thing, but it's just different than what you expected. And there were a number of his soaps that were that way for me, that as I was smelling, like, oh, this isn't at all what I envisioned them to be. But so I sniffed and I sniffed and I sniffed, and it was tough for me to kind of break it down. To be honest with you, after I sniffed all the ones that he brought, I still have to say that LMR is still my favorite out of his lineup. But friends, this one here is an awesome scent as well. And this is what I chose. Tonsorial Parlor, which is his take on a barbershop scent. And, oh my goodness, it smells so good. And I cannot wait to try it. The notes, sharp citrus and florals with a powdery finish. Excellent stuff. But the kicker was this. After I had chose my soap and I was getting ready to fork over the cash, Chris, like any good crack dealer, pops open a box and he said to me, "Would you like the matching alcohol-based aftershave?" Which I think I had heard that Chris was starting to do alcohol-based aftershaves. but I know it was a rather recent release. I think about a month and a half ago, he said. And so, of course, as any good drug addict, if that's probably a bad analogy, I'm sorry. But, of course, I had to come home with it. And so looking forward, it smells so good. It smells so good. Whew, oh my goodness, it smells so good. And so looking forward to giving this combination here a whirl for so many reasons, but awesome, awesome stuff. Finally, last thing in the bag, and maybe the thing that I'm most excited to talk to you about, which is, I mean, all of this stuff is awesome, and I love every bit of it. Some of it I had a choice in, some of it I could have traded off, I guess, but this is what I'm most excited about. Again, going back to Kelly Hogan, who I talked about yesterday, and I've already talked about a little bit with the Black Ship Grooming Company, formerly known as Beaver Woodwright, and I have, I think, 3 of his soaps, Thomas 2, Ghost Ship, and the Jolly Roger. I have, and I love his stuff. And you may remember back when I first started doing videos, I did some reviews on his stuff. I offered up some constructive feedback, and it's just been a joy to watch Kelly just up his game, just continually up his game. And I really love the fact that he's rebranded from Beaver Woodwright to Black Ship Grooming Company, because it really fits in so well with his pirate theme and how he's named his soaps in a pirate type theme, whether it's a pirate name or ghost ship or whatnot. It's really cool to see that, and I mean the branding is just very awesome to me. So Kelly gave me a bottle of this peg leg nickels. Now, first of all, I absolutely think this bottle right now, it is my favorite aftershave bottle that's out there. Cool, so cool, and it just screams Black Ship Grooming Company. It is just, I think it's so awesome. I love the logo on the back, the name on the bottom. The look of this is incredible. But folks, the smell of this, whew, oh my, it smells, he nailed it. This is a home run right here. And I will be placing an order shortly for Peg Leg Nickels soap. Also, he was telling me that he's just started doing a line of lip balms. So with winter coming on, I'm going to get some lip balms for my wife. But this, my friends, is top-notch, excellent stuff. Check out Black Ship Grooming Company and blackshipgroomingco.com, if you can read it right there. And this is just amazing. It is amazing. I got to sniff it one more time. Whew, oh my. I mean, that's good stuff. Honestly, I have no idea what's in it. No idea what the notes are. I tell myself all the time I should look this stuff up, but you know what? It's just how I do things. It smells great, so it doesn't matter what's in it. It really doesn't matter. It just smells great, and I love it. So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. A lot of stuff to get through, and it's just all awesome. I can't wait to use it. I'm so excited about all this gear. But as I said yesterday, I'm still I guess maybe a little bit on a high, and the fact that my Bengals lost today really hasn't bummed me out as much as I thought it would, simply because I keep thinking about yesterday and the awesome people that I met, sometimes for the first time, reconnected with people. It was just awesome. So if you've never done a meetup and you have an opportunity to do a meetup, I would highly recommend it. Whether it's a kind of a big one like this one that we just did. There's going to be one, I'm sure, in New York that we usually do in the winter, early spring time frame. And I know they're already starting to plan the Northeast regional one for next year. There was just ShaveCon up in Seattle. I know they do one out in, they're getting ready to do one at Maggard's sometime at the end of September. Look for them and go, because you will not be disappointed. It has, I don't want to say it has nothing to do with shaving, because obviously that's kind of what draws us there. but it is so much bigger than that. It is so much more awesome than that. And the relationships and the friends and the people, it's just awesome. So anyhow, this is a invigorated, very, very happy Brian the Shaving Geek reporting live from my shave den, wishing you a lifetime of happy shaves. Have a great day, everybody.